Ethiopia, a rising power in the Horn of Africa, faces complex regional challenges as it seeks to solidify its influence and ensure long-term stability. The emerging alignment between Eritrea's President Isaias Afwerki and Sudan's General Abdel Fattah Al-Burhan poses a potential threat to Ethiopia's strategic interests, exacerbating tensions in an already volatile region. This analysis examines the implications of this alliance for Ethiopia, emphasizing Addis Ababa's resilience and strategic imperatives, while acknowledging the need for proactive diplomacy to counter external pressures and maintain its regional leadership. Ethiopia's ambition to assert itself as the Horn of Africa's preeminent power is tested by shifting regional dynamics, notably the growing alignment between Eritrea's Isaias Afwerki and Sudan's Abdel Fattah Al-Burhan. This partnership, rooted in mutual distrust of Ethiopia's influence, threatens to destabilize the region and undermine Addis Ababa's strategic objectives, including secure trade routes, the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, and internal cohesion. Yet, Ethiopia's robust economic growth, diplomatic agility, and historical resilience position it to navigate these challenges effectively, provided it adopts a multifaceted strategy to counter external threats and foster regional stability. The relationship between Afwerki and Al-Burhan is shaped by shared concerns over Ethiopia's regional dominance. Eritrea, under Afwerki's iron-fisted rule since 1993, has long viewed Ethiopia as a rival, stemming from the 1998 to 2000 border war and unresolved disputes over Badme. Despite a 2018 peace deal brokered by Ethiopia's Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, Asmara remains wary of Addis Ababa's influence, particularly its naval ambitions and economic leverage through projects like the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. Recent tensions, including Eritrea's alleged support for anti-Ethiopian factions in Tigray, highlight Afwerki's strategy of destabilizing Ethiopia to curb its power. Sudan's Al-Burhan, leading a fragile military regime since the 2021 coup, shares similar apprehensions. Sudan's disputes with Ethiopia over the Gerd, which threatens downstream Nile water access, and the contested Al-Fashaga border region have fueled animosity. Al-Burhan's recent military successes against the Rapid Support Forces in Khartoum have bolstered his confidence, aligning him closer to Eritrea as a counterweight to Ethiopia's influence. This alignment is less a formal alliance than a pragmatic convergence of interests, amplified by external actors like Egypt, which supports both nations to check Ethiopia's Gerd ambitions. The Afwerki-Al-Burhan alignment poses several risks to Ethiopia's strategic interests: border insecurity and proxy conflicts, Eritrea's history of supporting dissident groups, such as elements within Ethiopia's Tigray region, threatens to reignite internal conflicts. Sudan's military posturing in Al-Fashaga could escalate cross-border skirmishes, diverting Ethiopia's resources from domestic priorities like economic reform and ethnic reconciliation. The alignment strengthens the Egypt-Eritrea-Somalia axis, which seeks to contain Ethiopia's influence, particularly after its 2024 Somaliland port deal. This risks isolating Ethiopia diplomatically, especially as Gulf states and Turkey expand their presence in the Horn, potentially sidelining Addis Ababa in Red Sea geopolitics. Ethiopia's economy, while growing, projected at 6.1% GDP growth for 2025, according to the World Bank, relies on stable trade routes. Disruptions from Eritrean or Sudanese hostility, such as restricted port access or heightened insecurity, could deter investors and strain Ethiopia's post-Tigray recovery. However, these challenges are not insurmountable. Ethiopia's strategic depth, its 120 million-strong population, burgeoning tech sector and infrastructure investments, provides a solid foundation to counter external pressures. The GERD, nearing completion, symbolizes Ethiopia's determination to harness its resources, enhancing energy security and regional leverage. Moreover, Abiy's diplomatic outreach, including Turkey-brokered talks with Somalia, demonstrates Ethiopia's capacity to diffuse tensions while advancing its interests. To address the Afwerki Al-Burhan alignment and secure its regional standing, Ethiopia should pursue a threefold strategy, as echoed in the original text's call for internal stability, diplomacy, and vigilance. Ethiopia's domestic stability is its greatest asset. Addressing ethnic tensions through inclusive governance and accelerating economic reforms, like the 2024 currency float, will strengthen national unity. Resolving Tigray's political crisis, including fair implementation of the 2022 Pretoria Agreement, can neutralize Eritrea's interference and restore investor confidence. Ethiopia must deepen engagement with regional bodies like IGAD and the African Union to counter isolation. Targeted outreach to Sudan, emphasizing shared economic benefits such as cross-border trade, could ease al-Fashaga tensions. With Eritrea, confidence-building measures, such as joint economic projects, might gradually rebuild trust, though Afwerki's intransigence requires cautious optimism. Globally, balancing ties with China, the United States, and Gulf states ensures Ethiopia avoids over-reliance on any single partner. Ethiopia should bolster border defenses and intelligence to deter proxy threats from Eritrea or Sudan, maintaining a strong military presence in Amhara and Tigray, while avoiding escalation, signals resolve. Abiy's public commitment to avoiding war with Eritrea is prudent, but preparedness ensures Ethiopia's sovereignty is non-negotiable. While the Afwerki Al-Burhan alignment presents risks, it also underscores Ethiopia's centrality in the Horn's geopolitics. No regional solution, whether on security, trade, or water rights, can succeed without Addis Ababa's involvement. Ethiopia's youthful population, with a median age of 19 according to UN data, and its infrastructure investments position it as a hub for innovation and growth, attracting partners despite external pressures. By framing itself as a stabilizing force, Ethiopia can turn adversaries' hostility into diplomatic leverage, reinforcing its leadership. The alignment between Isaias Afwerki and Abdel Fattah al-Burhan challenges Ethiopia's regional aspirations, risking instability through proxy conflicts and diplomatic encirclement. Yet, Ethiopia's economic momentum, strategic vision, and diplomatic flexibility equip it to overcome these hurdles. By strengthening internal unity, pursuing savvy diplomacy, and maintaining vigilant security, Addis Ababa can neutralize the threats posed by this alignment. Far from being a victim of regional machinations, Ethiopia is poised to shape the Horn's future, leveraging its resilience to cement its role as a dominant, stabilizing power.